What's up, friends, foes, and subbies? I'm back here today just to share with you guys a story. Not really a story, but just an experience I had. And I'm trying to bring awareness to people about narcissism. A lot of you guys still do not know what narcissism is. You confuse it with something very simple as somebody being conceited, somebody who's just so into themselves and blah blah blah. That's a simple narc. And a lot of us have narcissistic traits, but I'm going to read off some to you. And the reason why I'm going to read off these is because I want you guys to get an idea of the type of person that I was with. And I'm relaxing right now, so please excuse me for laying on the bed like this. It's just one of them days. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to get myself ready for bed and watch some Netflix or something, because I've been paying for Netflix for the past 2 years and I barely even use it. So, all right, narcissistic traits. These are just a few. Number 1, two-faced, putting friends and family down behind their backs. As a matter of fact, let me turn down the music. I'm gonna turn it off because sometimes it's a bit distracting. I noticed that, but I like to listen to music. It's just relaxing for me. All right, you guys know number 1. Number 2, tendency to blame their lack of success and failures on others. Number 3, acts different in public than in private. We all know people like that, right? 4, irresponsible and unreliable. 5, arrogant and acts superior. 6, lives in a fantasy world which may include porn, flirting, affairs, and dreams of unlimited success and fame. 7, addicted to fantasy-oriented behavior. 8, will lie and distort facts and change events to suit their own agenda. 9, be irresponsible with money. 10, emotionally distant and unavailable unless they want something. 11, lack sympathy for others, especially those they exploit. 12, be very controlling and unable to relax. 13, regularly provoke people and blame them for the fight. 14, have trouble admitting their mistakes. Now, guys, this is just a few. Mind you, that was just 14. The person I was with had that and 100 more. It's very scary when you come across somebody like this. I'm just going to randomly read this because it's on Google. Narcissists assume that they can break us down and destroy us, but the truth is they can never destroy us. We are stronger than them. Heart, mind, and soul, as broken as we may feel, there is something within each one of us that is stronger than their abuse. It is that part of us we must connect to before we give up hope for a better life. It is that part of us that will allow us to transcend their destruction and recreate ourselves more victorious than ever. I'm happy I read that because I kind of needed that reassurance. It does get a little discouraging because being with that type of person can really ruin your life. Now, this person I was with basically did do that, but I'm trying to turn it around. You know, I never wanted to be a single mother ever in my life. That was not the goal. I never wanted to be without, the basics: money, car, having my own place. That person stripped me of everything that I owned, everything. And it's really sad that I had the clues I had all of the signs in my face from day one, but I ignored them. Now, the reason why I share these things is because I want people to basically not make the same mistakes as me, right? We don't always have people that do things like that. We don't have people that tell you the truth about what they go through because they're embarrassed, or some people just feel like if they're miserable, they want somebody else to be miserable too. Like, I went through it, I want to see you go through it too. No, no, that's not me. I can't in my heart see somebody else go through what I went through. So if I could save somebody, at least one person, for sharing what I shared or share through these videos, then my job is done. Okay? Hence the other channel. The other channel is basically going to be all about this topic and more. It's just going to be different from the other narcissist awareness channels. And when I say different, I think different than a lot of people. And some people, obviously, people are going to say, oh, I'm different, I'm unique, I'm this, I'm that. But I know I'm different. I know that I'm very creative. And the channel that I intend on having is not only going to attract people that have been victims of this, but is going to attract people that have no clue about narcissism and keep them entertained, I guess. That's just me speaking it into existence. You have to be positive about everything. And I'm not the best person to say that because I've been pretty negative for the past couple of months going through the shit that I'm going through, but I'm trying to turn that around. So always remember, guys, that we have the power to change things in our lives. We have a mind, right? Our mind works in such a way that I cannot express it to you. I can't verbalize it. I can't share certain stories with you, but I will tell you that I have manifested a lot of things in life, all because I believed. When I say I done had a good life, and I'm still young. I may be older, but I'm still young. But I lived, okay? And a lot of things that I never thought that I could achieve, I did. A lot of things that I never thought I could do, I did. All because I believed. So, with that being said, oof, sorry y'all, I got these clip-ons on and they're killing me. They're killing me. Why do I wear clip-ons? Because I love vintage jewelry. I love stuff that was made back in the 80s, 70s, 60s, you know. I'm an old school girl at heart. But I want to share with you a few things that were warning signs to me. When I first got with this dude, he used to act like a baby. And when I say a baby, he literally acted like a baby. He was older than me, but he would put on a baby voice. And he would like do little stuff like, stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, Diane, you need to run. But then I would feel guilty. And then I thought to myself, you already ruined your life. You might as well just be with somebody that cares about you, right? So I stuck around because I'm like, this motherfucker is really affectionate. And I was lacking that. I wanted that. And I was getting it, but it was a little awkward because he was too pushy, too forward. Run when somebody starts to tell you that they're in love with you within a few days or weeks. That's not normal. Especially for them to verbalize that shit. Keep that shit to yourself. Because I was creeped out by it. He was like, I love you and I know you love me. And I'm just kind of like, I do? Like, they know how to brain fuck you and make you believe things that are not even real. So, anywho, That was number one. The sign was that the person was acting like a child. And a lot of narcissists act like children. They're really children in adult bodies. It's really weird. Very childish, immature. But they put on a good front. They put on a good front to get what they want. And once they get what they want, you see the true colors, and then boom. If you don't run soon enough, your life will be affected. I'm telling you right now. Another thing that he would do was give me the silent treatment. Mind you, in the beginning, he was all about communication. If you're not going to communicate, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with anybody that doesn't, that lacks that, and da da da. I'm the type of person that if there's a problem, I want to discuss it right then, nip it in the bud, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? He did the total opposite. If anything upset him, he wouldn't talk to me for a day or two. Wouldn't even say a peep. And I'd be like the one losing sleep, like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? Like, talk to me. Like, what's wrong? I wouldn't get anything. And I would express how I felt, like how it bothered me, but it would continue. But then the person would go back to being sweet, and then I would kind of like forget about it. I'm like, oh, whatever. This person's just in their feelings. They're just emotional. That's why they get silent. That's why they're giving me the silent treatment. I always made excuses for everything. Then, when times get rough, they leave. Narcissists usually depend on you to be the strong one. They depend on you to be the breadwinner. They depend on you to basically feed them, give them gas to keep on going. But when you need the gas, oh, they gone. Under pressure, these people run. You gotta figure out a way to make these people run. Because if they leave you first, you're better off. If you leave them, you're going to cause a narcissistic injury. And that is dangerous. When you hurt them, boy, I tell you, you might lose your life. Because these people have no souls. They have no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing. They're not human. They are, I would say, demonic. But anyways, I'm going to tell you, one day, the narcissist left me. And he left me, when I say not even several times, he left me so many times that I can't even count on two hands. I can't. So one day, I was pregnant, and he said he didn't want to be with me anymore. And I was like, at this point, I was over it. I said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'll be a single mother. I don't need this shit. I'm doing everything for this person anyway, right? So I just acted like I didn't care. And that same day that that person left me, he needed me. He needed my help. He needed me to come save him. And I did. Like, regardless of the fact if the person didn't want to be with me, I still have a heart. That's one thing that they lack. They don't have a heart or empathy or sympathy. But I still did. So he left, but I still went and helped him when he was in need. And he saw that. And I could tell it made him feel some type of way. Like he was confused why I was still being nice to him. So he's in the car. And he's like, even though I don't want to be with you anymore, like we can still be friends. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then he looked a little confused because I wasn't emotional. I wasn't crying. I wasn't begging for him to stay with me. Come on, look at me. I'm pregnant. I'm about to be a single mother, but I'm still acting unbothered. So he was confused. And I was like, well, I hope that you finally find somebody that'll make you happy, because I did everything that I could possibly to do to keep this relationship going or whatever. And he just was confused. Why is she so positive about this situation? Next minute, you know, I kid you not, it wasn't even 20 minutes later. He was like, I want to be with you. You guys, you it's the funniest thing when you fuck with a narcissist. Like, I was testing him, but I didn't realize I was testing him. I just finally was over it to the point where I didn't care if he left. And I was willing to just do this on my own without him around or whatever. So the minute I accepted the fact and I was like, you know, eventually I'm going to find love. I'm going to find somebody that's going to want to be with me regardless of the fact of my situation. And that's when he was like, yo, I want a family with you. I want to make it work. Let's just stop breaking up and let's just make this work. So I was like, all right, you know, gave him another chance as I usually do. And then, you know, went back to his old ways. And I noticed that every time I was sad, he was happy. He would have this smile, this smirk on his face whenever I was sad. Sometimes it would be like secretly smirking. And I'd be like, why are you smiling? I'm not smiling. But I see it, the smirk in their eyes. It's so weird. Their eyes are evil. I swear to you, you guys, pay attention to stuff like that, their eyes. So when he would smirk when I was sad, depressed, crying, it bothered me. And I noticed that he would sleep his best sleep whenever I was sad, depressed, crying. He would fall asleep within minutes, start snoring, and I'd be like, I'm not used to this. Like, anybody else I was ever with that saw that I was sad, they wouldn't let me go to sleep sad. They will hold me, you know, try to make me feel better, stuff like that. Like the other type of people that I dealt with. Now him, on the other hand, he would fall asleep, like I said. So it took a couple of months for me to realize that that was a pattern. I didn't notice it while I was going through it. I just thought that he was an asshole. So one day, when I was completely over him, I decided, even though I'm sad inside, I'm going to act like I'm happy. So I came home one day and I was just so jolly. I was smiling, I was laughing, I turned on the music and I was just like, yeah, I'm about to do this. Can you just watch the baby for a second? And, you know, I was just like jamming. And he started looking really depressed and he started looking sick. I'm going to hurry this up because it's going to end soon. My videos get cut off at like 19 minutes now. But anyway, he started looking really sick and I couldn't understand. And then he ended up staying up all night. We weren't sleeping in the same room or anything. I was nice enough to still let him stay where I live. And he didn't sleep all night because I was happy. That made me finally realize, Diane, you're fucking with a very evil person. This person feeds off of you being hurt and sad. And when you're happy, it's like he starts melting. That shit is really, really, really unbelievable. Guys, pay attention to the little signs. Don't let it get this far. Run.